So it's like washing yourself from the inside out. And at one stage, I did watch a lot of true movies and let myself cry because I was so strong and you have to carry on. I hadn't really let myself cry. So before I could get in touch with my own emotions, I watched the true movies. A good tonic. And so you're looking at other people's experiences, but they're resonating with you. And so, and then just wallowing in sadness and in grief. And, there were so many lifetimes, so much unresolved grief held in my lungs, pain in my pancreas where I thought life was bitter, And so that got red hot in one session where all the bitterness just, the red hot energy came right up to my head and it was like an explosion. So I can understand why people get pancreatic cancer. It's all that build up of bitterness. Life is bitter. And your liver flushes and letting go a lot of anger, which is stored in the liver. And so when we give ourselves an inside spring cleaning, then the outside starts looking better. It's like coming from the inside out. So then you don't need all the Band-Aids, like all the expensive makeup and this and that, because there's a glow coming from the inside. And that's free, totally free. And the glow is the light emanating from your heart, which sets up a magnetic field, which attracts love to you. Anything not of love just gets rebuffed. Because as you start releasing all the blockages, all the obstructions to love, you start getting lighter. Your heart is more open. You're starting to open to receive. And then this joy bubbles up from inside. And this love is just emanating. So it's better than any facial product. I really. And so it's really beneficial, but there's no judgment on anyone that doesn't want to do that, or it's not time and they're still living in the scene of misery, or they haven't woken up yet, and that's absolutely fine. Everything in the world is absolutely fine. It only causes us pain when we go against the current. And I know for a fact the addiction theme, because I had such a big fear of addiction and being out of control, if I hadn't have tried to stop it, it's like stopping the flow, bailing my daughters out, bailing my son out, interfering really with what was supposed to happen, because what was supposed to happen, an addict has to reach rock bottom and then decide what to do. And my son said he had a dream and Sai Baba came. He didn't know who it was until he saw a photo of him on my dressing table one day. He said, "Who's that dude?" He said, "Oh, Sai Baba." He said, "Oh, he came and says I could choose two paths. I could die of addiction or go on this path." So thank God he chose this path. And so information is there all the time, and because in our dream state we're very relaxed, saints will come in, guides will try and talk to us, and so then we have clarity, but it's always our choice. It's nobody else's choice but ours. So you can choose to leave the planet, come back next time and complete whatever you feel you need to learn. Or you can decide to, carry on and, do my internal spring cleaning. Which I guess it is pretty painful looking at some of those old feelings. But the good news is once you felt them, accepted them, and embraced them, they've gone. The emotion's there, but there's nothing to hold in anymore. There's nothing to store in the organs. So you can see now the organs, they don't have to contract anymore. The light, the love can go right through your whole body. And so the body comes out from dis-ease to ease and peace. And the energy can flow. So you can just see like a river, or, it's unobstructed, so it can just flow. So disease is a gift. It's such a gift to show you where you have a blockage. So I'm not saying don't go to a doctor, because if it's manifested to such a degree, like cancer, that you have, then you must have it removed or taken out. I think a lot of people say you can do it internally, but I just felt, well, if something's manifested, it's so concrete, have it removed, but then deal with the inner spring cleaning after that. And I really think that's necessary. Otherwise, you will manifest cancer in a different spot. If you haven't gone to the source of the pain, so you have an operation, it's cut out of wherever. But if you haven't resolved that issue, it will come back in a different area. So it's no good, having your breast cut off, because it will manifest in the lungs, or, There's no way out, I'm afraid. You really have to deal with the pain. Or what you've seen as pain and an unresolved issue. But when you see the big picture from a bigger perspective, you can see that it was lessons for you to learn about polarity, judgment, because we just see our own small little point of view. We don't see the other person's point of view, who are a mirror and a gift for us, reflecting what's inside. So everything is a gift. We're so lucky. We're so, it's so incredible to have this challenge. And then it's like winning a race, isn't it? I was 12 years old winning a race, and all the schools barracking for me. Come on, come on, come on. And you go through the finishing post, and I did it. Everyone's applauding. And then, like, as a champion swimmer, backstroke swimmer, and everyone, come on, come on, come on. And then you win. It's just a feeling of elation, like you did it. So it's much more rewarding than opting out and giving up. And I know that feeling of being so overwhelmed and so I have no more energy to move on. I can't do this anymore. Feeling of hopelessness, helplessness. But it's really good to choose to finish the race and come out and have the elation. What a joy. So the spirit comes home, the soul comes home, and to a blaze of glory, and what joy, and what an accomplishment. And it's really quite remarkable. So just know that you have choices. Life is such a joy. Now I know that. I felt that, I think, for a couple of days when I was born, but then I soon found that it was like misery, worry, pain, people hurting each other. But now I know that I'm really blessed at having such a remarkable life and having such wonderful people in my life. And it's like before you're born, you decide on a blueprint what you need to resolve, what you need to process, and then you pick the players and you have a soul agreement with each person that they will play that opposing role. And it's often much harder to play the baddie than the goodie. So your enemies are giving you a gift, be it family members or somebody in the office, in a partnership, and you don't have to go to a guru because, gee, your partner and your kids will point to every button you could ever have. They know where to find them. They zone in at the Achilles heel and put the knife in and turn it around until you're gasping on the floor and are forced to look at the situation.